gentlemen, and welcome back. It's your friendly neighborhood PM with your top 3 market points of the week. And we've had quite the rally in the S&P 500 this past week. Market's trending higher. So let's dive right in and see what's been kicking us off over the last 7 days. Kicking us off at number 3, it was non-farm payrolls and labor market data coming in today. So non-farm payrolls actually came in negative 23,000 jobs over the past month. So we started losing some there, showing that the labor market is cooling. A lot of the job loss, however, is coming in the government and hospitality sectors. But what this really goes on to do right now is removes pressure from the Fed and the central bank in order to raise rates, which has been a kind of sort of consternation for the market as a whole, for investors and consumers. But right now, because the labor market is coming in a little bit weaker than it has been in recent months, even though we've been seeing revisions take place as well, it is leading to the Fed potentially not raising rates this year, which was potentially expected to at least raise once. At number 2, it's earnings, specifically Palantir. So Palantir surged 30+% in a single day after reporting their quarterly earnings. Now, what they did was they announced a boost to their full year revenue and net profit guide, in addition to the fact that they came out and said that their U.S. commercial segment rose 150% year over year, way past analyst expectations. Now, what this really went ahead and did was calm down investors that had been worried that the company would be having trouble staving off potential AI competition that is now entering the market as new software engineers spin up their own thanks to AI. But right now, it does not seem to be the case, and demand is surging for Palantir. And finally, number 1, it's SpaceX. You probably saw a lot of volatility for the rocket company over the past week. They did report earnings, of which they then fell double-digit percentages following that earnings report. But literally the exact next day, they released another 911 million shares to go public. These were unlocked shares that were previously private coming into the IPO. You've probably seen some news on the very complex IPO lockup period schedule that the company has. This was the first tranche to become unlocked, 911 million shares. This does equate to roughly $100 billion worth of market cap and worth of equity. Now, that caused the shares to rally yesterday at around 6%, which was a little bit of a reprieve from the day prior, like I mentioned. Now, it's been quite the volatile time for SpaceX ever since their IPO date. They are still down well below their 135 IPO price. However, early investors and long-standing employees are probably still very much positive and sitting on large gains, still just waiting to get their shares unlocked following this schedule. So the SpaceX rally, a little bit of a reprieve. However, lots more shares to come unlocked going forward, and still a lot of proving ground left for the company. Now, that does it for your top 3 points this week. What are we checking out for next week? Well, next week, we're going to be focusing more on CPI next week. We've got inflation data coming out, and new chairman Warsh has been very adamant that the Fed's target is to get back down to 2% inflation, and we are not quite there yet. So we'll be interested to see how that data comes across. Now, that does it for this week's video. As always, if you have additional questions, please reach out to your financial advisor. And if you do not have one, please follow our link and we'll be happy to get you connected with one. But as always, please go out, enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you the same time next week. Thanks again.